Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very, very special guest. We finally got her in on the Just Acting Up show. Long time coming. She had to check me on this. She's like, well, why y'all ain't get me up in this show, man?
Okay. God
Man,
dang.
but we greatly appreciate you, man. Round of applause for Shacolby Shentell, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause.
Thank
Man,
you.
no, thank you. Thank you. So, man, how you feeling this morning?
I'm great. I went to support Denise Monet movie last night, Cinematic Me and Malcolm. So I said we can't turn up too late. I got it in the morning, so
Gotcha.
I'm amazing. I'm great.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for joining us, bright and early like
Yeah.
the orange juice. So,
Mm.
Okay.
man, I know we all of us act this entrepreneur lifestyle. We know how it is. You got to get it going. So,
Yes, nonstop. If anybody trying to do it, it ain't no joke. It's nonstop, 24/7. So.
man, tell them again for those in the back, Chicago.
It's 24/7.
Straight up,
Nonstop
man.
work.
Straight up. Let me see if I got all your titles right. So, you're an actress,
Uh,
award-winning film director, a singer, songwriter,
Mhm.
playwright, radio personality, founder of the Cinematic Affair. Jacoby, you got a lot on your man. What do you have any hidden talents? What you, Jacoby?
I probably got a
You,
few more.
girl, you, you. Hold on.
Probably got a few
There you
more.
Uh-uh.
go.
Uh-uh.
There
Uh-uh.
you go.
Uh-uh.
I was gonna say, Jacoby, you amazing, girl. I'm proud of you. That's what's up.
Yes,
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Hey,
that
yeah,
is
no,
amazing.
Thank you.
that for real, Jacoby.
That's
That's dope.
Thank you.
talented.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I asked the Lord, Lord, you done gave me all this, and what I'm supposed to do with it? I'll be here. I be, trying to juggle it. What side I'm working with? So
Right.
yeah, but
Man,
I'm
that,
grateful
that's
for
what
you.
I'm talking about. So tell us exactly what got Jacoby started on her journey into this art. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Oh gosh, what got me started? So I've always been a creative, even as a kid. It's so funny you tell these stories, but I mean, it is what it is. It's how it started. I've always been a creative. I wrote poetry, plays. I was a theater head in middle school, high school. That's what I love. But it was my outlet. It was not realizing it actually was my therapy. Get
Mm-hmm.
things out. But I loved it. I was passionate about it. But of course, coming into adulthood, starting my family and everything, I let that go. You know, we got to work, got to take care of the kids 8 to 5. Growing up in my household, it wasn't taught to go after your dreams or figure out what your purpose is. I didn't learn that till later
Mm,
in life. And so, in realizing that something's missing. Like I'm missing fulfilling my purpose. I'm not happy. What is it that brings me
mm,
joy? And being a creative, telling stories is what brings me joy. And so jumping back into that world, it wasn't even as a filmmaker. I didn't know that's the door God was going to open up for me. It was just expressing myself through poetry. I do poetry as well. It started with the music and acting, but everything that He has done and the doors that He's opened and the people that He's connected me to is just to enhance or to bring me to where I am now. So,
Right.
so that's what this all came about from. So,
Mhm. Nice. That's amazing. So to be a singer-songwriter, you have to have a top music artist list. Who are your favorites?
I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the '90s, early 2000s. I'm a Mary J,
Mhm.
Monica, Brandy. If I'm gonna turn up Missy Lil Jon, so it sucks because I don't get to really dive into the music like I want to because of the film and everything else. But when I do, it's always that '90s feel, and everybody that works with me knows that. Like we already know what Jacoby's gonna want to do because that's literally what I'm. I don't know these new artists. That's why I feel like I'm getting old. I don't know these new sounds. I be like, what is that? I can't do that.
Right.
So if I'm gonna turn on my playlist, that is what we're gonna listen to. And it's funny because y'all know Malcolm, my little brother, my partner, is so much younger than me. So I'll be playing some old school. I'll be like, Malcolm, you know what that is? He be looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, no, I don't know what that is.
I never heard of that. Wait. I'm pretty sure he put some songs on. You be like, what is this?
I know. well,
Yeah,
he's Chris. I know Chris Brown, so it is some songs that I do know, but
Yeah.
no, I'm still stuck in the '90s era. So
Chris
That's
Brown
good.
is one of my favorite, actually.
they taking
okay,
a lot of songs like they remixing the '90s songs, like
Hmm.
yeah, and they remixing them to like this new artist is singing over something that we used to listen to when we was in middle school.
Yeah.
right, exactly. That's what my babies. I would tell them. I was like, that's old school. Like they just redoing stuff, but
Hmm.
this is just what we did. We were cool, and my children they don't think
Yeah.
I'm cool. I'm trying to tell them I'm cool, but they don't
Mhm.
believe. Me.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um.
Completely cool.
Okay.
How did your very first award? How did it feel when you won that project?
Oh, my very I think I'm my biggest critic on myself and
Mhm.
still is. So it was I don't want to say uncomfortable, but getting the accolades for me, it took me I had to learn to accept my greatness. I'm better at it. I had to learn to accept it. It took a group, strong group of people around me to help me get to that point. So the
Mhm.
first project I want to say was Sincerely Judy. I had the Telly Award for and a couple other awards for. Um, so that's when I was grateful for it, but I guess belittling it because for me, in starting, I felt so late in life. I felt like I had a lot of catching up to do. So I was like, oh, that's great, pat on the back, but I still have more to do. And I had to get out of that mindset and taking a pause and appreciating the art that I have created, the stories that I have told, no matter if it touched one person, if somebody enjoyed it and thought enough to give you an award for it. And then the second one, Next Lifetime, when I got to premiere it in Hollywood, and a team showing up, and it was intimidating because I'm like, okay, I'm going against these other Cali independent filmmakers out here, So in my head, I'm like, this is just little Shacolby coming up against these, and to get there, to see my work and see the other great work, but to get acknowledged, to get all the love I got, to get the award for, to win. Um, it's a great feeling, and it was an eye opener for me to start appreciating myself, my own work, and my own greatness. So,
Yeah, because sometimes it'd be like, okay, on to the next thing, on to the next
right,
thing. And you,
right,
you don't have the time to like just sit and admire what you created yourself.
true, true.
Yeah.
So, and you're absolutely right. That's how I was always okay. I'm through with this. On to the next. I'm through with this. And so, that was just something I had to learn to just take in the flowers, breathe, and take it in. So.
Yeah.
I agree. Cinematic affairs coming up again. What can you share with us?
Hmm. What can I share? This is Cinematic Affair 4, and it blows our minds every year. Like, oh my goodness, we're year 4. Um, it's exciting. We of course have a new face that will be joining. That's our thing, collaboration, and it's exciting to have artists that want to create, do their films, um, and be able to help them produce those and put that out for the world. So there will be a new face. It'll be a new genre. I can tell y'all that. I
Okay.
ain't tell too much.
Yeah.
No clue.
Don't
But it
spoil
is
it, Chicago.
it
Don't
will be
spoil it.
three new films that will be put out there, some new faces. I think I'm
Mm.
excited about working with some new people. So yeah. Yeah, just be there.
Love it.
That's what's
And
up.
yeah, and it's always so much fun too. I couldn't make it to the first one. I think I made it to the second one. It was so much fun. Y'all always throw the greatest parties. I'm like, man, it was so much fun. We was out there. I think it was. I forgot the game was. We had to pretty much do improv and everything in
Yeah,
front of
right.
everybody.
Act up and act
Yeah,
out.
acting. There we go. That's what it was.
Hmm.
That what it was. It was so much fun, and it was a smashing good time, man. I
Thank
had
you.
I had a
I
blast,
totally
man.
appreciate it. The energy was crazy. We will be doing that again this year.
Mm,
The idea behind that is because my radio show, I love games. I love
yeah.
laughter. I love us cutting up, and so to mix the
Mm,
two. And so we will be doing that again. But of course, at some point, we do want to do a show where almost kind of a mix up of all the game shows they have with our own little spin.
Mhm.
So it was great. The energy was great. The talent was great. I think it was fun. And then to have people join that's not in the industry real, because people be, it's so funny when we was trying to have people sign up for the game show, even the actors, I was like, how are y'all actors scared to do this? Talk about, well, what all we gonna be doing? And that's because it was improv. So they was nervous about just being thrown out there and not knowing
Yeah,
what they finna do versus having a script
yeah,
and knowing what you about to do. I'm like, this is all part of the game. Like, you can't be scared. Like,
yeah, right.
You know what? Say that again, Shacolby, because thank you. Because like when I'm teaching, whenever I teach my acting class, I tell them, hey, look, y'all need to learn improv. Go to improv classes, not just for me, but
right.
others, because you can like that can really help you with your acting skills and be sharp and be on point. Because
Yes.
so many things can happen while you're on set, and you
Hmm.
can catch like real critical, cool moments
Right.
with
Yeah,
your dialogue, the way how you stand, everything with those improv. So I'm like,
mhm.
why y'all so like get out there and try some improv,
Right.
sharpen your
It's
skills?
right.
I'm
It's
ready.
crazy because everybody doesn't. Some people naturally can improv. You know, it's a natural thing that comes to them, but some people can't. And so it's very important. That's why there is a difference between theater and film. And a lot of people that have experienced theater, that's one of the things
Mm,
they learned as far as improvisation. So if you haven't experienced it, I would definitely say to take those classes and get those skills because it does help in film world because it comes out more natural. If you're so stuck on that
Mhm.
script and then something else happens or the line don't get fed to you the way it throws you off, and so
mm,
instead of just flowing natural with it. And so that was an eye opener for me, like I say, for the game that so many people were scared to sign up because it was improv and they didn't know what they were going to be doing. And I'm like,
Mhm.
this is people I've worked with, like,
mm.
that are dope in front of the camera. And I'm like, how y'all don't want to do this, And
I'm
of
like,
course, eventually everybody warmed up and it was fun. It was great. And, I'm all about getting uncomfortable and throwing yourself out there, that only sharpens, like you say, sharpens your skills, So
Right.
mm,
If you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing.
that part, that
Yeah,
part,
yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta get uncomfortable to grow. Like
yeah,
that's one thing I love about improv. And it's crazy because when I was in like middle school and high school, improv was my favorite thing to
yeah,
do.
yeah.
But when you get older, you forget like you don't like continue to go to acting classes and stuff. My first improv after that was I was very nervous because I was like, I have
Mhm.
not done this in a long time. But it's
Yeah,
so fun if
It
you
is
just
so fun.
relax.
It's
yeah.
so fun. Energy
Yeah.
crazy. So I love it. That's one of my favorite things as well as improv. So to be able to throw that into the game show out there, hopefully get more people to take part in it, which everybody's asking about it. So we'll see how it go this year. So
mm.
you're gonna have to come on and jump on in now.
Man,
I
it's
will.
so fun.
Good. Yeah, we all need to go.
Yeah.
I would definitely be there if time and schedule allows. I will be there.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan.
YO40 is out on Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Could you share a little bit with us?
Yeah,
Yeah,
boy.
slide to the left. Wait a minute. That's a man.
So the legs.
Never mind. Don't share. No, don't share.
Wait,
You
what
should.
is that? How do I what is
That's
that?
a man's. That's a man's behind.
This is
I'm
it's
I
trying to
didn't
see what's
yeah.
know.
going on.
The legs and
Oh, well, then don't share with us. You and
Oh man.
they talk about he messaged me talk about my legs on billboards and
no
shit.
Diddy,
Yes,
no
his
Diddy,
legs are on billboards.
no
So
Diddy.
he gonna have to insure them legs now.
Okay,
Oh,
sure.
oh man.
Now your 40 came about. My first love actually is comedy. My play, Living It Up with Ida, was straight comedy. I played a crazy character, a 60-year-old woman, blah blah blah. But like I say, theater is different from film. So me doing comedy on film wasn't going to portray that the way I wanted it to. And so I was scared to. I wasn't scared to do it. I didn't know if I was ready to do it. But like I said, I'm always challenging myself, always tapping into the different genre. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do Yo 40, but it was a storyline behind it. Yo 40 is a play off of YOLO, You Only Live Once, but Yo 40
Mm.
basically life starts at 40. That's when she started living life, the character in the movie, the leading character. And she's a mom, dedicated her life to her husband, her kids, and then woke up one day and was like, who am I? Who am I? I've been living for everybody else, and I just want to get a sense of who I am. So she is experiencing a lot of firsts, a lot of things that people experience in their college years, in their 20s, maybe even their 30s. She's experiencing at 40 years old, getting high for the first time, getting drunk for the first time, going on
Mhm.
dates with other men. She's only been with one man, so going on dates with other men, and
Mhm.
it is, I'll let you know, going to be a part two. So you'll get to see more of her journey of experiencing, a life that she's truly never experienced. And sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes it's not a good thing. So, so yeah, but it has some serious points in there, some little drama up in there, but definitely some laughter. So, like the roller coaster of emotions.
Nice, nice.
Okay.
And I just finished watching it the other day. Great movie. Y'all quality and everything else is on point.
Thank you.
Always. So thank y'all so much for that, and thank you also for putting out something different that Houston market needs to see.
Thank
And
you.
I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was really funny. Talented cast. And I love what I saw. So thank you so much for that. It was funny. It was really good.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. The cast was phenomenal. Yeah,
Hmm.
that was an amazing cast. I truly enjoyed being on set with every one of the team, my crew. It was amazing. It was an amazing experience. So
That's good. When you have a good cast and crew, don't it seem like just fly by a little bit, you
it
know?
does. It
Yeah.
does, because when it's time to work, we working. We,
Mhm.
everybody takes it serious, and when it's time for us to cut up, we cut up. So the best of both worlds. So
That's what's up.
Hmm.
a lot easier. Yeah.
So over the years, how much do you feel that you've grown as an artist?
A lot.
Come on now.
I'm learning every year. I'm learning, because this is not something that I went to school for.
Mm.
Um, this is just something that was instilled in me, and so I had to, throughout the years, learn. Yes, I can tell a story, I can create, but just the aesthetics of it, the even with the camera parts of it, even the editing, I learned how to freaking edit. YO40, I edited YO40. I
You
edited
edited?
music, transition, chops.
That's
I
what's
did
up.
that. My brother did color corrections and
Yeah.
the stuff like that. But I learned so much from the shot from just the different things. So every year I'm learning. It's one thing to have the natural gift and talent, because I love that everybody I got an opportunity to work with, when they say, I've never experienced this on set, or my director never did this, or the breakdown. And it's really the natural part of me, making sure you understand your character and making sure you understand what the story is. So that's natural for me. And I assumed everybody did that. But me on
Mm.
the other side, being on other sets, I didn't get that type of experience. Sometimes you just get thrown out there.
Mhm.
Hey, do your thug thizzle, y'all got
Right,
it.
right, right.
so,
Hmm.
just one, making sure that my actors are good and have an understanding. Two, making sure that they do advocate for themselves. But even as far as the crew, making sure everybody doing what they love and they're passionate about, because we are indie artists, and we don't have the tools and everything that we need to do everything we want. And so just to come together to make each other's job easier, but to make sure everybody is passionate and loving what they're doing. What do you want to be doing? Yeah, you're helping doing this, but what do you actually want to be doing? So that's what's exciting about this year, having someone that was an actor on my stage, but had a dream to make a film, and this year they're making a film. And I have other crews, that write, to pull out. God put that on me to pull out these things. I have people that's never filmed. They say I want to do it, but I couldn't do that, and they was on camera and they did it.
Hmm.
So I'm always saying taking chances and jumping. That's a part of what I'm supposed to be doing. And I had to ask God that, like, what exactly I'm supposed to be doing. Because sometimes the journey gets frustrating, and it gets, blinded, where you want to give up. But, it's a bigger purpose. Me making films is not just for me, it's a bigger purpose in what I'm doing.
Yes.
So I'm learning every year, and it's in different aspects of this
Mm.
creative. So.
Yes. So you taught yourself some things throughout
I,
this journey.
I have taught
It's
myself.
so amazing.
But like you say, we don't always have the tools, so it's like, okay, well, if I teach myself how to do it, I don't have to worry about nobody else doing it.
Mhm.
Right.
Can be a good and a bad thing. One of the things my team tell me is that I don't delegate. I take on too much, when I have the help.
Mm.
That's just something that I have to learn because I know if I could do it myself, then I don't have to, or I don't ask for the help that I need. That's not
Yeah.
always the thing, especially since you have it. They'll be like, no, I could just handle it. So,
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
learning to give over some things when I do have the people that's there to help me do it. So,
Oh,
yeah,
that's understandable because it's your baby that you're working on. So sometimes we feel like if we do it, it'll be exactly like what we want,
right,
you know,
true,
and it's like sometimes we have to trust others as well. It doesn't always be the problem with giving it. It's trusting yourself
yeah,
to in that person to give them this job that means so much to you.
right. I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Me and Tashay think the same. We both Virgos, so it's like, yeah, myself.
I'm
Okay,
like
very.
trusting who?
I ain't
No,
trusting you.
that's really. I totally agree. Trusting, that trusting factor, because when it's your baby, you're gonna take care of that baby. You're not gonna do anything that's gonna jeopardize it. Versus somebody else, they don't have that type of connection to it. So, and I'm okay with that. But it's me handing over something, and then the ball gets dropped, and then from there, what happens? And so, so
Yeah.
it's just for me, I feel safer in holding on to it, because I know I'm
Right.
going to take care of it. So that's just something to work on. So
How long did it take you to do everything for YO40?
for YO40, when did we start? It was only a 9 day shooting day, but
Mm.
we always start production, like, of course, like 6 months prior. I think we did
Mhm.
auditions the end of the year. So literally January we hitting, pre-production, casting, scouting. So 6 month process, but we only filmed 9 days. And I guess I'm putting everything in that 6 month process, not even just shooting, because
Mhm.
we help each other out. We crew, we in front of the camera.
Right.
I plan all the events, the whole weekend
Mhm.
events, as far as the bookings or the finding the who's hosting. Like, so it's more than just putting the movies on, because being almost like an event planner, it's a lot. It's a
Yeah.
lot. It's should be a year, and I wouldn't say it's not a year process, but just actually jumping up and running with it, it's like a 6 month process. And I think I always tell Malcolm we're psychos. It's pretty psychotic. When Malcolm sat, this, like you say, film world, how we got to do it. We on set 12 hours, 18 hours, 24 hours,
Mhm.
working, and going out of that into editing. Like, we have sat for 12, 18 hours, took a nap on the table, put your head down, wake back up, and get back to it. So,
Yeah.
like, it's a lot, and I don't even think people truly get to see the behind the scenes, and not what we put
Mhm.
out there for camera, but the behind the scenes, especially when life is still lifing. We got to
Yeah.
make films and still take care of kids and still
Yeah.
breathe through our losses and still pay these bills and still.
Yeah.
So the struggle is
It's
real.
real.
It
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
real. It ain't all glitz and glam, and that's probably one of the frustrating parts, where people want to just experience the glitz and glam and
Mm.
like what it's taking for us to give, because we ain't
Mhm.
receiving it.
Right.
We're giving to our city right now. So
Mhm.
it's a lot. It's a
That's
lot.
right.
Well, kudos to you because that is amazing.
Thank you.
Speaking about giving back,
Hmm.
what could you give back to the community? What would you do?
What would I do? Well, one of the things I have to get back to doing, the Clash of the Arts, which I put into the cinematic, which is
Mm.
different arts together, but that started with the Clash of the Arts youth. Like I said, I always use the arts as an outlet, as therapy. Um,
Mhm.
and so going to some of these schools, and realize they're taking theater out of the schools.
Mhm.
talking to some of these teenagers and them doing the same thing I did as a teenager. They're writing, they're expressing themselves through all the things that they're going through. And so, and then some people don't know how to express themselves. The world is so different now. And our kids just have these tablets and these phones and, the
Mhm.
suicide rates and the mental and the depression, and they're not knowing how to get this out without doing it in a negative manner. And so that's one of the things of my give back that I need to get back. I got to do it 2 times, um, and something that we're giving to them. They're not paying for, where we're showing them the arts, how to express themselves through the arts, whether it's photography, it's acting, it's writing, it's poetry, it's cooking. All this is arts, and this is a way that we can escape some of the things that we deal with. I dealt with
Mhm.
a lot growing up as a child. So that was something that helped me not go a different route. And so just getting the community together so that we can give more to our kids, because like I said, the world is different now. It's scary
Mhm.
out here. So that's definitely one of the things that I want to do. So yeah.
Nice, nice, nice.
Love it, love it, love it, man. Man, Shacolby, I appreciate you so much. But before we get up out of here, we got to get you to drop some gems, though, man. You've been dropping some gems throughout the whole interview, but we just need a few more. So, what is a gem that you can share with us, with the audience, that has helped you in your career?
I think one of the things, what like Tashay said earlier, um, as far as our timing and not being, um, that was one of the things for me that was hard, feeling like I was late in timing and getting to things. And then, as you said, getting uncomfortable. For me, I was in my way. I was the one that was in my way, and in the fear of jumping. And so once I got past that, that's where the rewards happen. That's when the doors open. So a lot of people are afraid to take them first steps. They hinder themselves. A lot of people leave this world not doing what they were put on this world to do, just from being afraid
Nice,
and being uncomfortable. So I would
nice.
say, don't over yourself, just do it. And we say it all the time, just do it. Like literally, people wait for the perfect time. There's not a perfect time.
It won't be a perfect time.
Right?
Okay, it's never gonna be a perfect time. Like I say, life is lifing while I'm still out here creating my dreams, while I'm still pushing, while I'm making these films. Life is lifing. I lost my cousin 2 weeks ago. So in the midst of auditions and rehearsals, I'm grieving, but I'm still pushing. So you literally just have to get uncomfortable. You have to go out here and push for your dreams and make a path for yourself, because people are not going to hand it to you. People are not going to show you this is what you do, this is what you do. Literally, you just have to get out here and do it.
Yeah.
You just have to get out here and do it. Get uncomfortable.
Yes.
Absolutely,
It's
absolutely.
like always their first step is like the hardest step. And
Yes.
it's like for someone who wants to write, you know, actually sitting down and starting that first book or that first script is
Right.
always the hardest step. Or,
Right.
someone who wants to act, going to that first audition and finding those first gigs, maybe that first step.
Right.
And I always tell people like it's not going to be easy jumping into anything. It's never going to be a perfect time,
True.
to jump into anything. But if you could take that first step,
Yeah.
if you could take that first step,
Yeah,
you're already in the right
True.
direction.
You're in the right
yeah,
direction. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Take that
And
first.
thank you for sharing that with us, and hearts and prayers to you, your family, healing energy as well, Shakobi. I
Thank
don't
you.
want to
yeah,
just skip over that as you
Exactly.
share more things with us. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you. I appreciate
yeah.
it.
Our condolences.
Appreciate that. Our condolences, hearts and prayers.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I
Yeah, man.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. I
So,
appreciate y'all having me. I had fun with you guys, and I look forward to doing some more stuff with y'all.
oh,
Picking up.
always, always, Shakobi. It's always a party when we link up, Shakobi. We already know,
Okay, that's
man.
right.
Man, we gonna turn on some good old R, the '90s R. Tell Malcolm
That's right.
next time we turn on '90s R&B, so he gonna have to sit there and stuff. I don't
A
care. That's
mind,
the best there. That's the
That's
best there,
right.
anyways. I don't
I'm
care.
with it. I'm with it.
So tell the audience where we can follow you at or find you at.
Y'all can find me, of course, on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, Shacolby Shentell. YO40 is now playing on Prime Video, so y'all please watch and support. It'll be on other streaming platforms soon. So Thank y'all.
There you have it. There you have it, man.
Thank you,
Shacolby
Jay.
Shentell, ladies and gentlemen.